Late in the second day of deliberations at the Alan Jones murder trial, the jury reached a verdict of guilty for murder with depraved indifference for human life. Our Jim Kenyon is in Oswego County Court tonight following this trial, as we told you at the top of our broadcast tonight, for the death of 11-year-old Erin Maxwell. Jim, this must have been quite a busy place over the last hour as this verdict came down.
Well, that's right, Matt. In fact, I was there. It was just about an hour ago when the jury sent in a note to the judge and surprising everyone at that point, saying they had reached a verdict. And no one really knew what to expect because that same jury just 2 hours prior sent in another note to the judge saying that they just could not reach a unanimous verdict. So no one knew if it was going to be guilty or not guilty. Of course, Alan Jones is charged with second-degree murder by depraved indifference for the strangulation death of his 11-year-old stepsister, Erin Maxwell. When the jury came in, the foreman stood up. He looked Alan Jones right in the eye and he said, "Guilty as charged." Alan Jones sat down with his face in his hands as the judge thanked the jury. And here's what the defense attorney Sal Lanza and District Attorney Donald Dodd had to say after this verdict.
Well, this is a step in the direction of accountability. Nothing can bring Erin back. She suffered an awful fate, but this is a step in the direction of making him responsible for what he did to her. The jury spoke clearly, they spoke loudly, they said he did it, he's guilty, and he was properly convicted. And certainly there's a lot of emotion, that's for sure.
We're going to see what happens on appeal. But am I surprised? Yeah, I'm a bit surprised. You know, it's a circumstantial case. There's no DNA. There's absolutely no evidence tying Alan to the crime. There's no confession. Nothing.
So. It doesn't matter. The jury found him guilty.
Well, sure, but that's what appeals are for.
Judge Walter Hafner set November 6th as the sentencing date here. Alan Jones could get 25 years to life at that sentencing. The big question is what's going to happen next, and that will be the appeal. And Hafner and the defense attorney Sal Lanza both feel that the indictment doesn't apparently, under depraved indifference, meet the circumstances of the crime. And in fact, at one point, Hafner said in court, outside the presence of the jury, that even if Alan was found guilty, he fully expected this to be sent to be overturned on an appeal and perhaps sent back here for a retrial. So there's a lot left to be determined in this case. Back to you, Matt.
Well, Jim, it almost seems like this may have come down to the battle of experts on each side. Mary Jim Bellick at the end, and then Manning on the other side, the medical examiner from downstate. And the jury had to decide, was Erin Maxwell killed or not by somebody? And there was Alan Jones. Have you been able to talk to the jurors yet, or even the people that have been there in support of Erin, trying to get justice for Erin?
Well, the jury left out the side door, and they've already left the area. We're going to try to obviously reach them in the future. But the people with the Justice for Erin group say that they're very happy with this. Some of them actually did have doubts given some of the testimony, but they feel now that they can't bring Erin back, but they feel that there's at least some justice here.